Hey everyone, welcome to another Sunday. You made it to another one. That's great. I hope you're doing great. Hope you're still making it through this. This week I wanted to get into kind of the self-help side. I wanted to talk a little bit about the process I use to improve my life over the course of a year. It took a minute, but we got that all on track. It's a pretty self-explanatory process that I used. If you've read the sign behind me, you already kind of know the name of it, or the intro. It's probably the same thing, but it's a method I call the small steps method. This is the method that I've used to really just radically improve my life by focusing on one small step, one small thing at a time until that thing becomes habit. And then you move on to another thing and another thing. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. You wouldn't walk into the gym for the first time and expect to just start curling 100-pound dumbbells. So why do you do it with other parts of your life? Why can't we just grasp the fact that sprinting all the time in the long run isn't going to get you there as quick as just walking the distance? It's just kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of just common sense that you have to reel it back and focus on smaller objectives in favor of accomplishing the big picture project that you're working on. It's what I do with these vlogs. It's what I've done. You can watch from episode 1 and go up through, which you should. Why not? Why not just take the day, watch all my episodes? You can start with episode 1 of The Art of Pointless Existence and work your way up to this point, and you'll see a slow progression really coming into my own to get to where they are right now, which is still not great. I'm still working on it. I'm still taking a small step at a time, adding small bits of equipment, personality, hopefully humor. I hope you laugh from time to time. I know I'm a little bit awkward and I'm not that funny, but I try. And the way I use this primarily over the course of my year of improvement was I started making my bed every single morning. And it's something that I've preached on this channel a lot. It's something I preach to anyone who does ask me for advice in person, because I think it is super important to bring some order into your life. And making your bed every morning, it's one of the easiest things you can do. It takes like a minute at most. It doesn't have to be well done. But if that's something you do every morning, then it's something you've got done. It's one small step, and you do that until it becomes a habit, and then you move on to another thing. And these don't have to be specific. They can be individualized for you. I just use making my bed as my example because, like I said, it's very easy. Simple to do. You do it at the start of your day every day, and it's something you've got done. And from there, I moved on to waking up an hour earlier every single morning, waking up an hour earlier than I needed to, because I used to wake up a few minutes before I had to leave the house. I would rush, usually skip breakfast. Waking up an hour earlier, it gave me time to get more done, start cooking my own breakfast, and feel a little bit better, have a little bit more energy throughout the day. From there, I started waking up a little bit earlier as I got into the routine. Now I wake up at 4, which is 4 hours before I need to be at work. Once I got that down, I added in gym time. I started going to the gym every morning. And that just opened up an entire new window of improvement and self-love and good feeling, and I recommend it. Again, it's not something you have to do. You don't have to do it in the same steps that I did. You can pick your own steps, customized to you, whatever keeps you moving forward towards your end goal. This method, the way I did things, they helped me overcome depression. They helped me get my finances in order. They allowed me to finally push myself enough to get my own apartment. I own my own car now. I rent my own apartment. Don't own it, but I rent it. Still a step. We're working on it. See, really, that's the thing, is I'm still adding steps as we go. It never stops. There are goal points, but there's no end game. The end game is eventually the day you die. I find it very important to keep improving all throughout your life. And that's probably the best thing this method does, is it really instills that joy. Like you get kind of addicted to that feeling of improvement. Every time you hit another goal, it's a great feeling. You're not too stressed out, because another great point is that if you add a step that's not working, you can remove that step and not be so far behind that it just ruins everything. You see that a lot with diets. You have extreme diets like keto, where if you mess up a day, you're so demoralized and so set back that it wrecks the whole thing. You're off the diet. I see it all the time, but we'll get into diet and nutrition another time. That's another topic I want to cover in a separate video. But yeah, I really wanted to encourage this method for anyone that's struggling to find their footing. You do not have to, and I believe you do not need to do everything at once. 100% is a great thing when you've gotten that level of confidence, that level of muscle memory in these steps. Then yeah, you're at the gym doing whatever, you can go 100%, and that's fine. But you can't start there. And what I've learned is that yes, though this is a very self-explanatory method, a lot of people don't actually realize it until they hear it. I've had people come to me asking for advice, and when I tell them this, they act like it's something they've never heard before. It's something they never thought of, because they haven't, because we're not conditioned to think that anything less than 100% is okay. And I'm here to tell you that it's the best way. It's the way you're going to get there. If you have something that you failed at over and over, like financial issues or health issues, but you just keep finding yourself falling backwards again, I recommend this method more than anything. And if you're interested, I will lay out the exact steps I use to get to where I am at some point, but I feel like they're kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. I think we're oversaturated a lot today with this whole like 100% mentality. A lot of people say you have to go 100%, or why even try, I think, and it's completely wrong, because when you're just starting almost anything, if you go all in, if you go 100%, you're probably going to fail. And I see it all the time in fitness and just basic life. And I hope just this little explanation of the way I got to where I am was helpful to you. And that's going to be it for the video this week. I hope you get something out of it, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching and liking and subscribing, and you're awesome. And I'll see you next week.